In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the data that already exists inside your Facebook ad account to create a new Facebook ad that is more likely to improve your results than any other ad you could create. It's as close to a guaranteed winner as you can get. I know that's a big claim. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This video is sponsored by HubSpot. More about them later. So if you're running video ads as part of your Facebook and Instagram ad campaigns, then you may already know that the hook is the most important part. If you're not running video ads, by the way, that's certainly something you want to address. That alone can significantly help you improve your ad results. But coming back to hooks, the hook is the opening scene, the opening line, usually the first 3 seconds or so of a video ad. And it's the most important part because it either grabs people's attention or it doesn't. It convinces them to watch the rest of the video ad or it doesn't. And people obviously need to consume the rest of your video ad to know about your offer, whether or not they'll be interested, and to actually take the action that you want them to take, whether that's purchasing, becoming a lead, whatever it is that the next step for you would be. So I've created videos before talking about hook rates and how important they are and how you want to create lots of hooks, and that's all good advice. You should certainly do that, but that's not what I want to focus on in this video. I've actually got a much more sophisticated tactic for you that's going to use hook in combination with another element to create, like I said, an ad that's as close to a guaranteed winner as you can get. So if you've got Facebook ad campaigns live or you have run them previously that have included video ads, you can follow along with the process that I'm about to go through. So I'm just going to jump into Ads Manager into one of our ad accounts that we used to run some of our own stuff. And then what I'm going to do, the first metric I'm going to look at within the ad account is hook rate. I'm going to look at that per ad by different ad creative. So hook rate is a metric we need to create. It's not one that Meta has readily available yet. That may well change in the future. So if you just go ahead and click on columns and then go down to customize columns, and then we can create a custom column. So if we go ahead and create custom metric, so I'm going to call this metric hook rate. Then we need to go ahead and select a metric. So the first thing I want is going to be 3-second video plays. And then what we're going to do is divide that by number of impressions. And that's going to give us a percentage. Actually, you want to change that format over here to percentage. And that's going to give us the percentage of people that were hooked, that made it to 3 seconds in comparison to the impressions. It's a really good metric to measure the performance of that hook and how well that did. Okay, so we can go ahead and click create metric. So then I need to go ahead and add that hook rate in as a column. You can see I've done this before in the past. Like I said, this is one of our ad accounts I use for demonstration purposes. And I'm just going to drag the hook rate next to the results column is what I want to do. I'm going to go ahead and click apply. And then what we can do is sort by hook rate. So if we do that, it's alongside each of the video ads, and we can see, our best performer in this campaign is just under 27%, but there could be massive discrepancies in hook rate, right? Like if we look at our worst performers when measured by hook rate, we're down at sort of like 7, 8, 9%. Not much has been spent on these, unsurprisingly, because they aren't doing very well from a hook rate standpoint, but yeah. So this in of itself is really useful data because you can come in here and be like, right, when we're next creating hooks or even next creating video ads, let's make sure they've got hooks that are more similar to these ones that are performing particularly well. We know that does a better job of grabbing attention, and that's useful. But this becomes even more powerful when we combine it with another metric and look for a gem within your ad account that often exists if you've been running video ads and that far more advertisers should take advantage of. One of the absolute best ways to create Facebook ads that perform really well is to model from Facebook ads that have delivered great results. You don't need to try and reinvent the wheel, especially when you're first learning. And to help you do just that, HubSpot, who I'm partnering with on this video, have created a fantastic free resource that contains 50 high-performing Facebook ads. There is a link in the video description below where you can download these Facebook ad examples and find great options to model from. They've included ads for e-commerce, lead generation, SaaS, local, etc., which means no matter your business type, you can get great value from these examples. My favorite part is that it's sorted by industry to make it really easy to find exactly what you're looking for. I'd strongly recommend you check it out and use it to level up your ad creative. Check the link in the description below, and thanks to HubSpot for sponsoring today's video. So the other metric you want to look at this with is either cost per result or return on ad spend. It's going to depend on the type of campaign you're running in your business. This is a lead-based campaign, and this is actually advertising our done-for-you Facebook and Instagram ad services. If you're interested in us managing campaigns, link in the video description. That's what this is advertising. So we are optimizing for the conversion event, which is website schedule. So people to book a call in with us to find out more about that. And when we look at hook rate in combination with cost per result or return on ad spend, we can find some really interesting info. The first thing to note is that unsurprisingly, this is one of the best performing ads at £30, just over £30 a website schedule, with a decent volume, 64 website schedules generated, and it's the best performing hook rate. And you will often see that there's a correlation between better hook rates and better results, return on ad spend, cost per result, because like we said, the hook is really important. So there are two things that I really want you to watch out for. Firstly, are there any video ads that have a good hook rate, but a poor cost per result or a poor return on ad spend? What would that tell me? That tell me that's a good hook, but the rest of that video ad didn't do as good a job of convincing people to take the action that you want them to take. So for example, we've got a few here. This one's got a 25.62% hook rate, but a website schedule that's way above the average. Same down here, almost 25% hook rate, but an £86 cost per website schedule, right? So that's what that would tell us about those, and that helps us inform what we want to create more of and less of going forward. And then the other one, which is even more important, is, are there any ads that have quite a low hook rate? This is measured against the average of your ads, because different industries are going to vary massively, but they do have a really good return on ad spend or cost per result. So if we see if we can find any of those, these have still got decent hook rates here, but if we keep going down, okay, this is a really good example here, right? So we've got 33 website schedules, so a reasonable sample size. The hook rate is 15.55%, so way lower than our best performing ads when it comes to hook rate. But look at this, the cost per website schedule is particularly good at £11.02. What does that tell us? Well, this ad didn't do very good at hooking people, but after that, the rest of the ad did really well. It did a really good job of convincing people to take the action it wanted to take, in this case, to reach the conversion of that website schedule, which is book a call with us. So what does this mean we can do? Well, we can take the main body of this ad that has performed really well, but has a low hook rate, use one of the best performing hooks, so one of the hooks up here in the 26%, often literally just grab the hook from that video, the main body from the other video, stick that together as one video ad and run that. And we've done that so many times, so often, that ad is a really high performer because you've tested the two major elements of it, the hook and the rest of it. And by combining the best in one instance and the best in another instance, you often see fantastic results. And that could easily be the best performing ad if we were to go through that process in this ad set. Now, I appreciate you won't be able to do that in every instance, right? Like sometimes the hook from one ad, even if it's a high performer, won't go with the body from another ad, even if the body is a high performer. But you should be able to, if you run a number of video ads, you should be able to find examples where you go, yeah, no, those two would work together perfectly fine. And this ad has a poor hook rate, but converting really well, so the body must be great. This ad has a really good hook rate. Let's use that hook, combine the two, and run that in your ad account. It just takes a few minutes to piece that together, get it live, and there's a very good chance you'll be very pleasantly surprised by the results. I'd also recommend that you don't see this as a one-time exercise. This is something you want to repeat fairly regularly. Even combining and then going again, you'll still find anomalies in the data, and being able to go through and analyze and work out, okay, this part of this performed really well, this part of this performed really well. If we can learn from that, combine the best performing elements, do less of the stuff that doesn't work, we can massively improve our results over time by iterating and repeat this. And if me demonstrating this technique has convinced you that us here at Heath Media are geniuses, we can run your ad campaigns for you or teach you how to run them yourself and get much better results. Links to both are in the video description. Hopefully we get a chance to work together directly very soon.